Oh,
Oh, yes.
shit. Oh, man. It's late night chat, kind of. Spoiler review with the Samurai Guy, your boy, and the master of remaster, Frank Jang, in the house, talking about a Marvel movie. Is this our first Marvel film, Frank? Review.
Right. The first Marvel film, right.
Oh, what do you got there?
I got the Eternal Omnibus.
Oh, my God.
It's called The Eternals in the comic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm
in the film, it's called Eternals.
Happy that you're here and I'm doing this with you because I don't know jack shit about the Eternals. So it's good to have some badasses in the house. That's right, to help the old Samurai Guy out here. But yeah, we're getting ready to talk and get into this a little bit. It's been out since last Thursday, I guess, over here.
Yeah, last Thursday. I saw last Thursday night. Yeah.
So this will be a spoiler review for those of you that are just chiming in here. Thanks for hanging out with us and watching us today as we discuss Eternals.
First spoiler, you will never see this in China. China will never show this film, and I'll talk about that why. I'll explain why later.
Save that. Yeah, let's save that later. We got Rick in the house. We got a super chat already from the J Meister 25. Thanks for supporting the channel. He says Eternals was great but flawed.
True.
It's about the philosophical clash of what is that?
Utilitarianism.
Okay, thank you. Versus
utilitarianism.
There you go. Versus humanism. Icarus versus Druig. 9 out of 10, and I can't wait for more. All right, so Meister is all about the Eternals. All right. Nate Dogg's in the house. We got Jad. What's going on? All right. Jad just came back from the movies. He just got done seeing it. So he's curious to hear what we thought about it. All right. Thanks again, Nate Dogs, for the support. Oh, shit. And we got Tribal Chief in the house. That's right. We're getting ready to get into it. So before we start, this is going to be, it's fun. Every video we do, I notice a pattern. The pattern.
Nobody show up?
Nobody show up. No, I noticed the pattern. The pattern is... I don't know shit. And Frank has knowledge of the material we're about to, just like Blade Runner and Dune and all this stuff, which I think it's funny. But it's fun in retrospect because we get two different perspectives. So, you got a casual coming in here and you got a guy who's experienced. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun discussion here. So, before we get into it, Frank, what did you think? Give your honest opinion before we get into the movie. What did you think of the first two trailers they came out a while back?
I really liked them. Okay. I like them because they showcase Cole Zhao's style, visual style,
right?
And how these guys look. These guys are not your typical they appear to be not your typical superheroes. And they're really not superheroes, like they're actually robots. But
yeah, which we'll get into. But yeah, go ahead.
Right, and how you have all these different personality, and I mean, but what strikes me the most was the style, the visual style, the use of music. I like the music that they use. And they use "Don't They Know It's the End of the World," and it tells you like it kind of piqued my interest without really spoiling anything.
Right,
So it's good. I think the second trailer went a little bit, the second trailer went into the story in much more detail, which is expected anyway.
Yeah.
The first one really a teaser, So.
Right. And that first one, I was like, ooh. Like I wasn't sure about it, the first teaser. I was like, well, I hope it's good, but I was like, ooh. I had that hint of generic, hovering above it. But the trailer that came out after that, definitely I reacted to that a little bit better, actually. Right. I was just like, all right, let's see. All right, hopefully this is good. This looks better than the first trailer. So, all right. All right. So,
the second one definitely ties itself to the Avenger because, mentioned Thanos and the emergence, the snap and all that stuff. So, yeah, definitely.
Right. But did Samurai Guy like the movie? We're going to get into it. Hold on one second. Before we do, Eternals. Plot synopsis of the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. There's a lot more than that, but you got to love IMDb plot synopsises, man. But we got, I enjoyed the cast in here, definitely. We have Gemma Chan as Cersei. We have Richard Madden as Icarus. Selma Hayek as Ajak. Joe Lee as Thena. We got Kit Harington, Jon Snow, Dane Whitman, and we have Kumail Nanjiani
Najani, yeah.
as Kingo. Brian Tyree Henry as Fastos. Leah McHugh as Sprite. Lauren Ridloff as
Makari,
Makari. How you say it?
Makari.
Makari. Okay, and Barry Kilgan as Druig.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course my boy, my favorite Don Lee is in here, Gilgamesh. So, and Bill Skarsgård as Crow and many others. But yeah, I enjoyed the cast in this one for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. So were you excited? Were you like, yeah, I can't wait to see this?
A little bit, because I kind of expect how, I mean, I kind of knew how it's going to be, because I saw Corey Zhao's two previous films, The Rider and Nomadland. The Rider is fantastic. The Rider is actually better than Nomadland, if you ask me.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, Nomadland is kind of in the same style, but I think Nomadland was kind of ruined actually by Frances McDormand, because everyone else in that film, well, there's a couple people in that film that are actually actors,
right?
But she gave me the impression that she's acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A majority of the people in Nomadland are actually non-actors. All the nomads people that she met on those different campgrounds and stuff, they're all real. Or
right.
like the guy who talked about his son's suicide, that's a real guy. His son actually committed suicide. So I think they were more impressive than Frances McDormand. I mean, Frances, because just the fact that she was acting her emotions rather than actually showing real emotion, kind of kind of ruined the film a little bit. But still, it's a great film. I mean, The Rider is a better film, so I already knew what kind of style that I'm gonna see in the film. A lot of nature scene, landscape, natural lighting. A lot of brooding heroes talking about their emotion stuff. So in a way, this is her really.
They knew the style. Okay.
This is her style, and this is her. This is really her Justice League, if you ask me.
Okay.
This is her Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? So
right. So you weren't expecting Michael Bay type of movie. Okay.
And then definitely not expecting like Waikata Titi or something like that. No way.
Right. Well, the old samurai guy, again, not familiar with the characters. So I kind of went into this very, nobody wants to go see a bad movie, right? I didn't go into this excited or like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this. I went in this kind of neutral, just to kind of kick back, sip on a little Monster, and just kind of relax and just watch and see what happens, and hopefully get a good story, and hopefully be entertained. I mean, that's how I approached it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but Black Widow had a lot of action and stunts and explosions, but y'all know I had a lot of issues with that one. You have to check the review to find out my issues with Black Widow. But yeah, so it's kind of like even if it follows the Marvel formula, sometimes it doesn't always work. At least for me with that movie. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. No, I was neutral in the seats, or in the seat watching the movie. Frank, take it away. Let's get into the plot synopsis here.
Oh boy, okay.
Well, just talk about how the movie starts and opens up.
To me, this is really, in many ways, the synopsis is really no different from a lot of the previous Marvel films. You have, the Earth is in peril, and then you have these superheroes who've been, who's been spending their lives in Earth for like 7,000 years. They've been kind of lying dormant for a long time, and then when they realize that the emergence is about to happen because of the snap, the blip and then the snap, and when the half of the population came back to life, so the Earth has accumulated this huge energy where it's going to lead to another emergence of a celestial Tiamat from the name's Tiamat from Earth, but then the emergence of Tiamat means the Earth will be destroyed.
Right.
So the Celestials, the Eternals, have to start finding everybody, like reuniting everybody together to kind of save the world. So that's really
that's the meat of it. Yeah,
that's the meat of it, and so in some way it kind of similar to Avengers too. I mean, the synopsis overall.
Yeah, a little bit. This movie was very interesting to me because it didn't feel like your typical Marvel movie, which is a plus. But then there are parts in the movie that follows the Marvel formula,
Which
so it
explain,
does both.
and
It
yeah,
does
which
both.
explain why, why there were 4 writers. If you look at the credit, there were 4 screenwriters, and
Oh my
Cole
god!
Zhao being one of them, but then there's 3 other writers. And
Right.
my feeling of this was, you know, Cole Zhao obviously wanted to do a film in her style, or she's trying to present her own viewpoint, but
Yeah.
she still had to stick to the Marvel formula, right? So,
Right. So
when you
it's
have
in there a little bit,
yeah,
but
isn't that a little bit
apparently not enough for some of the critics out there. Apparently, the rating is pretty low for the critics. The audience's rating is very high, and you always have to trust the audience rating over the critics' rating,
right? I mean,
especially
the
when it
critics,
comes to Rotten Tomatoes.
like they always
You
say, "Oh,
know,
we're getting Marvel fatigue. We're getting superhero fatigue. Every movie is the same. We have all these kind of wisecracking hero, tongue-in-cheek humor.
right?
They got to go save the earth, save the world, and shit." Now you have
Yeah,
this different movie, and they didn't like it. It's
right.
like, give me a break, man.
Right. For sure. And I mean, it does have Marvelisms in there. You got jokes that are hilarious, and you have jokes that don't, that kind of fall flat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But when I was in the theater, it was an interesting watch because look, hey, if you guys didn't like the movie, it's perfectly fine. To each his own, right? There's people that hate this movie, and hey, that's perfectly fine, right? It's not you just didn't like it. It's to each his own. Movies are subjective, right? But when I was in the theater, there were 4 teenagers sitting in front of me. One was laying all the way this way, and the other one was like
Oh, what, are they
this.
sleeping? Were they sleeping? What?
Huh?
Were they sleeping?
I don't know, but they look kind of bored. I think like 40 minutes in,
Hmm.
it kind of felt like 40 minutes in the movie. 5 teenagers, a couple of rows behind me, got up and left
Oh
and never
boy.
came back. So it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. There's a lot of people out there that is calling this movie the Dune of Marvel films. They're falling asleep. They're bored. They hate it. Perfectly fine. That's their
I
choice.
mean, it makes me
That's
wonder.
fine.
Do they? I mean, I think it makes me, really makes me wonder. Do they know what they're getting into? Like, I mean, like before they went into this movie, have they heard of Cole Zhao? Have they seen her films? Like
See, I haven't, and I'm not familiar with the characters, but Samurai Guy will go ahead and jump in right here. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm sorry, but Samurai Guy's got to be honest. I enjoyed the movie, man. I was entertained by it. I was entertained by it. Now, will I go out and pre-order the 4K and buy the Steelbook and put a poster up in the room? Probably not. I didn't love it that much, but I was entertained by the movie, man.
yeah,
It was interesting
yeah.
because it didn't feel like Marvel, but then it did at some points. It felt like a smaller when you spend time with the team, with the character development, and you get to know them. It felt like a small scale movie at the same time, large
Oh
scale.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was very interesting. It was
yeah.
very interesting, but
Well, yeah.
I didn't cringe. I didn't like hate the movie. I didn't roll my eyes. I was entertained by it,
Mhm.
but we'll get to our ratings at the end.
Right.
I'm sure
Look,
Frank, you probably
right.
liked it a lot more than I did.
Look. I give him for like I give him credit at the very least for being able to talk, like spend time letting us familiar with these 10 characters within one
Yeah,
movie. And
yeah,
not just one movie, half a movie, because they still have a story to tell. So
right.
consider that, this is all done in one movie instead of over several movies like previous, Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Thor, blah, blah, blah. You have
Right.
one half of a movie
Yeah.
where she was able to just get you familiar with these 10 characters without really kind of like introducing them one by one. But the way she introduced them is like sometimes she
Yeah.
just puts you into their situation, like with Cersei, with Icarus, without really going. I mean, some of them, of course, they were kind of introduced, like Kingo, right, the Indian Bollywood guy. But I
Which
think,
I have a
but
nitpick
this
with
one,
him.
yeah, this
We'll
was
get into that.
I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, this is
Yeah.
no mean. This is not easy task to be able to have
Right.
you familiar with these. I mean, remember, we never met these characters before.
Yeah.
These
They
are
didn't
these are not
have
your first time.
origin.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't have origin movies before
no
this.
origin movie, nothing,
Yeah.
and then
We're
boom,
jumping in.
jumping in. But we
Yeah.
get to know them. We
Right.
get to know them by the
Yeah.
half point. We already know what they do, how they act. I mean, like we know that, like Drieg is the wild horse in all of Eternals. You never knew what which side he's on. You
Yeah.
know about Sprite. You know about like Fina.
Mhm.
So no, I gave him credit for that.
Yeah. It's that's very difficult to do, but I don't know what it is, Frank. I think the older I get, the more patient I am with cinema.
Yes.
If 16-year-old samurai guy watched Dune, I probably would have fell asleep 20 minutes in, right? But I don't know. I just have a lot more patience for movies that want to take their time and telling a
Yeah.
story and character development, and
Exactly.
and then I can watch, Predator
Right.
like 10 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That everybody knows that's my movie, right?
Yeah. In some way, this movie really deserved two movies.
Yeah,
My feeling was the first half should have been everything that happened before the present day.
right,
You know, uh, you should have all these flashback stuff in Mesopotamia, Egypt, Cairo, whatever. Those should all be just one film. So the
right.
first film leading to them kind of breaking up, right? They breaking up, go into hiding, whatever.
Yeah,
Then the present day story when the Deviants came back out again.
right,
That would be the second movie. I think that would have worked a lot better for the first half of the movie, getting the band back together, because it allows you to knew and care about the people they were looking for, right? I mean,
right,
yeah, because she would be able to spend more time on them prior to them breaking up, and then we
right,
would
right, right,
have
right,
more time getting to know them. And then with the second movie, when the Deviants came out again and they have to band together,
right.
that's I think that would have made the film a little bit more, I don't know, involving. I think
Right.
because a lot of people, their criticism like, I don't care about these people. I couldn't get involved,
No.
and I get that point. I understand,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
again, it
yeah.
goes back to the fact that we have 10 characters, all new
Yeah,
characters
right.
within one half of a film that has to be introduced.
So you would have preferred it to be split as two movies, but it is what it is, and they actually, they did a good job for what they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
given
no,
what they're
did a good
given.
job. Yes, yes,
Right, right, right.
yeah.
Uh, for me, again, based off the trailer, I was like, okay, we have the Eternals that supposed to stay out of human conflict. That's why they didn't interfere with the snapping or anything like that, or major wars. And they're here to protect us from the deviants. And they take orders from, was it Ashram?
Arisham,
Arisham.
I think.
Arisham.
Arisham,
Okay.
yeah.
Ashram, whatever.
I mean, Red China. I mean, excuse me, Arisham. Yes.
I said red. This guy. Okay, so
He's red. We'll go into that. We will go into that.
Frank's gonna go into that, guys. You can't. Yeah, you just wait till you hear Frank's story towards the end of the stream here. But so that's what I thought I was good kind of movie I was getting, right? So we get introduced to our Eternals. They get, they're here, and they get sent on their mission. And we have Selma Hayek here, the wonderful Selma Hayek playing Ajax. She's the leader of the group. And it cuts to them eternaling, doing their things, going out there, kicking ass, taking names. And we get introduced to our superhero group here. Kind of what we thought was superheroes at the time. My boy Don Lee.
Oh yeah.
He's my favorite in the movie. He kicks ass,
Too bad
I
he
was
was
kind of,
kind of a shortchange.
yeah, I kind of was kind of mad. Not mad, but I was just kind of like, it was one of those things where I was like, I'm not surprised they killed him off, but I didn't want him to die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But someone died from the team and stayed dead. That's kind of rare in Marvel movies sometimes.
It
You know
does.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
So that's
does.
kind of cool. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Even though I didn't want him to die.
Right.
I wanted Sprite to die, man. Fuck that little annoying.
Don't you love it? Don't you love it when
interview
Druig
with the
knocked her out?
vampire?
I know, but don't you love it when she got knocked out by Druig?
Oh,
I
that
mean,
was the best. Oh, the audience went crazy.
Yeah.
I was laughing out loud when you said Druig, right?
Druig, yeah.
Druig knocked her ass out.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. We'll get into that a little bit later.
She deserved it, man.
Oh, that was great. It's like, come on, you've been this way for how many years and you're still crying?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was great when he knocked her out. That was great. So yeah, so the movie kind of plays out to like the trailer. We have the Eternals, fighting the Deviants, and
Right.
the Deviants designs are fine.
A bit
They're
a bit too CG for my taste, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice to have kind of generic a little bit,
Yeah.
and it would have been cool if we did have some more practical creature effects. Would have been
Right.
cool.
Right.
But it is what it is. Um, Here's what I find interesting. I want your take on this, Frank.
Okay.
I hear this a lot from people. They go, well, it's following the Marvel formula. We got to have a big CGI fight at the end because that's what all the Marvels do all of the time. But yet they're complaining about the movie being boring.
I know.
Do you want them to take out the end finale fight?
I know.
Like
Mhm.
make up your mind.
I know.
And these are from people that I've heard that I almost fell asleep and it was so boring. And here we go, another CGI fight at the end like Marvel. I'm like, well, you want them to take it out of the movie? It'd be even more boring for
Yeah, I
you.
mean,
So
that's
make
what I
up your
meant by
mind.
that's what I meant by the critics complaining about this film. Like you give them something different and they complain about it.
Yeah,
You say, "Oh, this is all the same," blah blah blah. Marvel fatigue, superhero fatigue. But okay, we'll give you this like Watchmen, Snyder's cut, Justice League, sort of brooding Marvel superhero. Everyone had
right.
the problem and issues, and you say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it." To me, see the build up to the final fight this time
Mm-hmm.
actually worth it. I actually enjoy this conflict, this struggle, this because it's a real threat to the world. I mean, this is real. I mean, the threat was
Yeah.
real. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, if Tiamat emerges from the ocean,
That's it.
Earth
It's game over.
Earth's gonna go Alderaan. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
go the Alderaan way. Like in Star Wars, right? So
Yeah.
it's a
I
real
just
threat.
that complaint kind of annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, make up your mind. What do you want?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
But I do agree. I mean, you cannot have a Marvel movie ending every time with something like this kind of ending. They do need
right.
to change a bit, which is why
Yeah.
which is why I'm kind of looking forward to both Spider-Man, No Way Home, and the new Doctor Strange. I think they will have to do something different. I think so.
I hope, man, especially because you got Sam Raimi
Right.
doing Doctor Strange. So I
Right.
might actually get a little bit excited for that one because we love Sam Raimi.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, so back to the movie. So we have the Eternals doing their thing. Angelina Jolie was badass in the film. I enjoyed her character.
I love her
And
relationship with
yeah,
Nazi.
yeah,
See, that's one of my major gripe with the film. This relationship right here.
yeah,
So the film has three relationships, right? You have Cersei and Icarus.
right.
You have Cersei and Dane Whitman,
Mm-hmm.
and this. Well, and also, I guess Sprite and Icarus, but that's that's a one-sided
That's the
relationship,
interview with the vampire moment there.
right?
But yeah,
But
yeah,
but this relationship to me was the most fascinating of all because
yeah,
he has to calm her nerve. He her amnesia.
yeah.
She would trying to remember so much thing would lead to her getting crazy and mad and start
Yeah,
killing
they called it
everybody.
Mad Weary.
Yeah,
Is that what they
mad
called
weary.
it? Yeah, that was
Right,
interesting.
and it's like Gilgamesh, Don Lee's character was really the only one who can actually calm her down and keep her sane, so to speak.
Yeah.
To me, that would have been a much more interesting relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't really care about Icarus and
Cersei.
yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
We're
mean,
we're two both beautiful looking people.
right.
Let's get together. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like, sometimes she has amnesia, sometimes she doesn't have amnesia, and then like all the war and the battles in previous lives cause her to, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it worked. It was good.
it was
I
good, and
enjoyed
I
that.
wanted to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
hmm.
what was his name again?
I mean, the actor,
No, the character.
Kingo,
Kingo.
Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo. Yes,
Kingo. He was entertaining in the film. I enjoyed him. He made me laugh. But his valet was funny too, man. I
his
was
valet
cracking
was
up with it.
funny, although I did
Yeah.
feel that kind of go on a little bit too long, and
Okay.
my major problem with that was there was no resolution of that thing. I mean,
Yes.
you spend all this time on this valet, this Kingo guy,
Yeah.
Karun, right?
Yeah.
And you were thinking, well, were he going to do something significant in the end?
Right.
But no, I mean, they just left. Oh,
Yeah.
they just
That
left,
was the
and
big.
that little subplot just faded out. and
Yeah.
it went nowhere. He just left, and it's like, why you spend so much time
Right.
on him, on Kingo
Right.
with the Karun, when you're really not going to do anything with him
Yeah.
except a comic relief? I mean, is that all? You know?
Right. I was expecting him to come back at the very end and change
True.
his mind
Right.
and help out, but it was almost like the movie forgot about this character.
Right.
It's like, yeah, the CGI is good to not that great. Yeah, the movie's not perfect, but that's really out of everything this movie does right. My major, really only nitpick is what they did with this character. Like, he should have been there for the finale fight.
Mm-hmm.
You
True.
know, like
Right.
he just disappeared, and it was just kind of like, in a way, you just might as well not even introduced him to the movie. He might as well just not even been in the movie.
See, this actually leads to one major issue I kind of want to talk about. I don't know whether it's the
Sure,
right moment to talk about. You know,
you can
this
talk.
issue.
Hey, it's
Okay,
your show, man.
yeah, so here you go. So this issue about diversity, like trying to showcase diversity. You have the Indian character, you have the gay kiss and all that.
Right.
My issue, I have no problem with that. Of course, I have no problem, showcasing this and all that. But
Yeah.
you should do it to make it. I mean, if you have a chance to do something like this, to be able
Uh-huh.
to show a gay superhero, a
Right.
gay kiss, Indian, like Bollywood superhero. Well, you got to make it worth it. You can't
Yeah.
just don't have it for having it for just don't have diversity for diversity's sake. Okay, and this is what I mean.
Right.
This is my main problem with two of these things. The one with Kingo.
Right.
I mean, like at my screening, there were tons of Indian audiences, and I think they were there to see, Kumao,
Yeah.
Kunal and Johnny. There were a lot of, like I was saying, 1/3 of my audiences were Indian. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I think it's because of him, which is good. Which is what I guess is what Marvel want to do. They want to
Yeah.
expand the market. They want to cater to the minority market or the different diverse demographics. So they want the film to do well in India probably, and then they want like Indian American to go see it. Okay, so they succeeded, but why? But why not use him in a better light? And to me, his was more of a minor issue with the plot with him and the valet stuff. To me, it just went on too long. There were jokes, some were funny, some weren't.
Yeah, it was off and
I
on.
just thought they spent too much time on that plot point.
Right.
My main issue was with the gay character.
Okay.
Fasso's, the Fasso's boyfriend, husband. Look, you can't just. You need to have time to develop the relationship so that when they finally kiss, you feel something. Here it's almost like, you know what? We have like two gay characters in this film. Let's put a kiss in there, just for no reason other than just to showcase. Oh, we have a first gay kiss.
Right.
You have to. I mean, you know what I mean, right? I mean, because like, why waste this chance to have such an important moment in your film to have, like the first gay kiss, first gay superhero, when you don't spend enough time developing that relationship. You just
maybe they could have showed some flashbacks of them meeting for the first time,
or spend more time, or like instead of just having a shot of them kissing, why not have all I wanted? And look, you have Coley Zhao. All I wanted is have Coley Zhao do one scene, 2 minute, 1 minute, what have you, of two of them talking about I miss you. I don't want you to go, but I know you're gonna have to say the word, blah blah blah, and then they kiss.
Dialogue. Right.
And then they kiss. Right? What's wrong with that? You just
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right. So don't just show
Let's
me.
get to know the husband, and then
exactly.
Yeah, then we can feel something. Yeah.
So don't just put it in just for whoa, look, hey,
trying to score woke points.
Exactly. Woke point. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Right. I was more bugged with this though because I enjoyed him, and I was more bugged with this because I was just like, he literally said "fuck off" and left. I was like, okay.
Yep.
All right, that character just left.
I know.
And he ended up getting snatched up at the end.
And then he just left.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, everybody chiming in, watching us. We're honest here, even though we both were entertained by the flick and we liked the movie. Yeah. We still got to be honest about stuff that we didn't think worked.
No, this is not a bad film. No.
I mean, didn't work. Yeah.
Right.
But no, those are some good points. Let's get to know. I mean, yeah, like if I really don't care about Icarus and Gemma Chan's character, love interests, I'm really not going to care about what's his name, Fastos' relationship. I'm really not going to care about that.
Yeah, and then also like his boyfriend was Arabic, right? So he had him speak Arabic in the film. Again, give me some more context, right? Give me some more. Why? tell me something more about how did this relationship come about? Why is he speaking Arabic? Why are you?
Right.
I just want more. I don't want to
Right.
just show me this. Give me
Right.
more so that at least
Yeah.
I care a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with wanting to get to know the side characters more as
Right.
well as
Right.
the main characters. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But back to the beginning of the film.
Right.
Yeah. So we have our heroes. We think they're heroes at the time, and they've been amongst the humans and slowly kind of teaching them ways, but still letting
Mm-hmm.
them develop on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell they have this really pretty awesome relationship with the humans, and over time these characters you know become myths, and
Right.
legends,
Exactly.
and
Myths.
in
Yeah.
different cultures and stuff like that, which is kind of fun, and stuff like that, and that was kind of cool. And then we have a flashback of when the team kind of broke up,
Mm-hmm.
and Ajax just sent everybody on their way to live
Yep.
their own lives
Yep.
until they get the orders to go back home to
Yep.
Olympia.
Yep.
And there's just so much war and death and violence, and our boy Druig here was just like, dude, fuck this, man, I'm out. And he wanted to control all of them and,
Yeah.
make peace, but then he
Right.
realized, especially when they meet up with him later,
Right.
he realized they're not human if I control them like that.
Right. To me, he's the most fascinating of all the Eternals, really. I mean, first, Barry Keoghan here, he was fantastic in Dunkirk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
for
was great in
sure.
Dunkirk. He plays a thief in The Green Knight. Also, he was excellent there. But
Oh,
to
nice,
him,
nice.
like I said, he's the wild card. He is of all these immortals. He's really the one that you realize his action can really change the outcome of things. Like in the Amazon, when he controlled everybody's mind and then started, fighting back against the deviants. I mean, he
Right.
hates violence, yet he has to resort to violence to help his friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Yeah,
fascinating, for sure. But up to this point in the movie, everything's pretty interesting. I'm invested. I'm not absolutely going crazy and loving the movie. I'm like, but I'm like, all right, let's tell me a story. Introduce me to these characters. Let's go on an adventure. Tell me a story, movie. And so I sat there patiently, still invested, not bored. And then when behind the scenes things get revealed and you find out, the big reveal is what sold me on this movie. The big reveal is what made me enjoy the film. And that was, holy shit. Yeah, we have no purpose. We just, we have no purpose or individuality. We were just created, we're just robots, we're just drones to go out there and face off the deviants that the Celestials created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once the deviants are killed, and then once another celestial emerged, the planet destroyed, they hop to the end. Supposedly they hop in the planets, and supposedly there are other Eternals out there too.
Yeah. But I was tripping when I heard all this, man.
Yeah.
When this was revealed in the movie, I was like, all right, now it's getting good now. Like it's getting interesting. Okay. It's not as generic as the first trailer made it look. Like I'm kind of on board now. You know what I mean? Because it's like, hey, we're the Eternals. Yeah, baby. And I was like, oh shit. It was all a lie.
Yeah, all a lie.
And each Eternal takes it differently, takes the news differently. And it was just like, after their job's done, their memories get sent back, and they holds on to the memories, so they know so they keep track of how the deviants were defeated and stuff like that. And then it was kind of like brings up the question, well, who's right and who's wrong here? First you're on the side of the Eternals. Well, this is kind of fucked up, right? They just get sent there and to clean up the Celestials' mess. And then the other side is, well, the Eternals, do they have the right to make this big decision of putting this new Celestial what was it, Tiamat to sleep, saving Earth, but then damning another planet being born? Do they have the right to do this? So this is interesting. This is interesting topics, man.
No. I mean, Colleagues are playing with big themes here. These are big themes. Definitely. Like the existing and the what's the issue? Like what's the idea of existence? I mean, are we here just to help? I mean, are we here to help them and then in the end destroy them so that, like you said, another planet can be born, and then the whole cycle is a vicious cycle. The whole thing keeps repeating itself.
This is when I was on board. Like I sat up in my seat a little bit more,
right,
and laughed at the preteens falling asleep in the theater.
Right.
But I was invested. I was like, okay, because once they find Ajax body's dead, the movie kind of became a mystery. Oh, I guess the deviants did it. And you slowly finding out that the deviants are absorbing the energy and the powers,
Right.
and we have an evolved deviant that's kind of leading the other deviants and actually charging their powers as well too, and making them expand in their abilities. But yeah, I mean, Don Lee and Jolie were great. I could have watched a movie with just them too. It was nice. And another thing that was nice about this, it felt natural. And it didn't feel like a forced romance bullshit.
And it's platonic. It's not romantic.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fascinating. I mean, he cares about her, but he does not love her.
Right.
He just worries about her.
Yeah. Because they've been friends for how many years?
Thousands.
And we got our boy Kit here. So big reveal happens in the credits, what we'll talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, what did you think about the fight in the dark forest? What did you think about that action sequence?
I thought it was good. I think the fact that Collet shot most of these in the natural lighting probably hurt the CGI a bit. I think the blending of the CGI and the live action is not as good as something that we've seen before. It's still good.
Right.
It's just I felt the deviants are really CGI. It's not as real as some of the special effects we've seen before. I mean, it's a good scene. Is a great is moved the story forward. So yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why, but this action sequence felt the most, despite the CGI creatures, kind of felt the most real compared to the other ones, because it felt like there was actual danger.
Yes,
it felt like there were stakes in this fight, in this particular fight.
Right. I mean, they were getting. I mean, the actual narrative is good. I mean, you can feel they're losing. You can feel that they might be losing the battle.
They're getting fucked up.
The effects were not as real, but the threat were real. Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that because it was a straight up ambush. I was like, oh shit, I enjoyed that. But again, it's revealed later that Ajax has grown to love the good parts of humankind.
Yes.
And she wants to rebel against, Arshmish, whatever his name is. Aramish.
Arasham or something.
Arasham.
Arasham.
Big Red. We're gonna call him Big Red for the rest of the stream here. And something felt off about Icarus before the reveal. Something felt, like, people compared him to Superman. They even had that little Superman joke in there, and he's like, I don't wear capes, but something felt off. Like, is he going to betray the team? Like, something felt dark about him, the character. Uh-oh, did Frank freeze? Uh-oh, Frank froze in. Frank's in the Phantom Zone, guys. He's stuck in the Phantom Zone. Well, I might be doing the rest of the review, guys. Let me see if I can get him back on here. Hold on, guys. Let's see if I can get him back on here. Oh, he's gone now. Okay. All right. But if he doesn't come back, I'll just continue. You gotta love live streaming, man. It happens. But yeah, I enjoyed this fight, definitely. It did feel like there were stakes for sure. And people was getting fucked up. And Don, even though I enjoyed the character of Gilgamesh, it did suck seeing him go down and the deviant absorbing his power for sure. Another thing I actually liked in the movie, at some point we have Fastos. I'm doing my best, guys, with these names. Basically, when they go to him and they let him know what's going on, the Ajax dead. The word, as soon as that celestial is born, Earth is fucked. And I like the little flashback they threw in there where it showed why he gave up on humanity, and it was because of the Hiroshima bomb. And he felt that because he's like the smartest of the Eternals, he's very great at creating technology, and he always wanted to help humanity, evolve, but he feels that he's, kind of to blame as well, but he's still angry at mankind for the bomb and what they're capable of. It's very interesting. And I like that. Very great performance for the lead actor and Selma Hayek as well. Hold on one second. Andre here. What's up, Andre? He says it was great to see ass-kicking badass Angelina Jolie again. Yes, it was nice seeing her throw down for sure. Definitely. But yeah, let's get back to it here. Oh, I hear a pop. I think he has returned because you guys are going to want to hear his story at the end about what's going on in China. Hold on. Frank, are you back from the nether realm? The Phantom Zone. What is going on, chat? Let me go up and check some of you guys' comments here. Got Angelo in the house. What's going on, brother? He said, I couldn't help but think of Flash vs. Superman when the big showdown at the end was going on. Well, for sure. For sure. Especially with the, we have people in here that have similar powers that we've seen before. So, man, Frank is having internet issues or something. I'm going to keep it going. Let me remove him for now. Hold on until he comes back. But yeah, we'll keep it going, guys. Definitely. Oh, hold on. I'm getting sent a message. I think he said it's something about there was raining out there or something like that. All right, we're going to keep it rocking and rolling here. Oh, who was my favorite Eternal? Well, I like Don Lee. I like Gilgamesh's. He's the big bruiser, man. Samurai Guy likes the Incredible Hulk, the Thing. It's clobbering time characters, but Jolie was right there though. She was badass for sure, definitely. But yeah, let's get back to it a little bit here. But yeah, we do get some more backstory about the whole creation of the galaxy and how this is necessary. This is a very necessary thing. And this is the purpose of the Eternals. They're sent here to clean out the deviants. And we have a brand new celestial born out of a planet to create a new planet. And this is all revealed to, I keep forgetting her name, Cersei here. And you can see her face. She's just like, what? She's like, are you serious right now? What is going on? And Ajax at this point has chosen her to be the leader of the crew. Another scene I enjoyed was after, and we'll rewind a little bit, after, excuse me, after Icarus, basically, he's like, we can't, this is what we're made for. We cannot go against the Celestials here, all right? And he basically kind of betrays Ajax, and he gets her killed. He kind of sets her up so she gets killed by the deviants. But what I liked about that scene was really great performance here from the actor. He takes her body after she gets drained and killed and brings it back to her home to make it look like she was murdered there. Yeah, but just, pretty great performance from this actor for sure. I enjoyed that. I like little touches like that. And compared to a lot of the Marvel movies we've been getting lately, this is kind of dark. This movie, we have betrayal and, heroes thinking they're heroes, but they're not. And, it's very interesting. And then making up their own minds and trying to decide on how to move forward or what their purpose is. It's very interesting. And these themes that were brought into this movie is what made Samurai Guy enjoy it, man. I was entertained by it. Like, yeah, it's slow, but again, I went in not really expecting much, or I wasn't expecting a nonstop action thrill ride. I was just like, all right, movie, tell me a story. Let me get to know these characters and let's see what happens, right? So let's keep on moving on here. But yeah, it gets revealed that, yeah, they're all created for sure. There's no Olympia, there's none of that. And all their memories, once their mission is done, all their memories goes back and gets stored. Uh, so that Big Red basically can keep all the information of how they ended up killing each deviant, which was interesting. And think about it. Think about it. They not only are they. This is revealed like, oh, we're not all these hundreds of thousands of years. We thought we were heroes, but we're not. And now we don't even get to keep our memories. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But the team gets together, brings the ship back online. Get some let's get some funny moments here between Druid, excuse me, was a druid, Druid and Mockery here. Look like they kind of got a little thing going. And there's definitely some funny parts in the film, and some comedy does fall flat, as you do with Marvel sometimes. But once it's revealed that our boy Icarus, basically killed Ajax, and he's just like, fuck this plan that you guys are trying to do. The Celestial has to be born. This is what we're made for. This is what we have to do. It got awkward, man. It got awkward in that ship. But what made me laugh, though, I don't know if this made you laugh, guys, but hold on. Mockery gets sent out to find the location of where the Celestial is going to be born, right, or come out. And then after that, she goes back to the ship. When she runs back to the ship, the shit's getting real, right? Like Icarus is like, I'm about to fuck everybody up. And Druid tells her to leave, and she just runs out. And I don't know why that made me laugh. And then the scene later, she comes back, But I was just kind of like, I was kind of hoping she'd pull some kind of flash attack where she would just run super far and then come all the way back and then like get a good punch on Icarus or something like that. But no, she just ran out. I thought she was running somewhere to do something, but she just ran out. I don't know why that made me laugh. It's almost like let's see here. You guys remember X3? You probably don't. You're probably like, I'm trying to forget X3. But there's that scene where at the end, it looks like Halle Berry's Storm just leaves the action sequence. Like she just flies away. And it always looks like she's just like, fuck this, I'm out. But, Logan kind of tells her to go, which is always kind of, that scene always makes me laugh. But we get some throwing down here, man. I enjoyed the end finale fight. I liked it. And we have our evolved and yeah, it does look CGI for sure. It's not the greatest, most interesting design. But at this point, the knowledge, it's not just a wild beast at this point. Like it really is like, look, I'm fighting for the deviants now. You guys are trying to kill us. We're gonna fight back. You know what I mean? And I like how he kind of baits Jolie here, and you think she's gonna fall for it. And nope, she slices and dices his ass up, man. I enjoyed that for sure. Nice little fight sequence in there. I enjoyed her weapons design. It was a lot of fun. The graphics was so cheap. I know. Not the greatest CGI in this movie, for sure. But let's keep on going here. But yeah, I enjoyed the slice and dice for sure. But here we go. We have the Celestial coming out, Tiamat. And while this is slowly happening, we have our finale battle here But the Eternals that are left are basically doing what they can to try to stop Icarus because he's considered the most powerful. They even call him boss in the movie, even though he's technically not supposed to be the leader. And then we have Cersei here finding her inner power in a way to combine everybody else's power to basically take out the Celestial, but not kill it, but kind of put it to sleep, as you can see here. It's put to sleep, and that's it. They kind of save the world. And this is what Frank was talking about earlier that we were laughing at, which Sprite was kind of crying a little bit too much, and Druid knocked her ass out. That was fucking funny. I was dying. I was rolling. And we think we kind of saved the day, and everybody goes their own way. And then our boy Big Red appears up from the sky and snatches Cersei, and I think snatches 2 other Eternals, I believe, by the way. And you get a little dialogue here with Kit Harington's character here, and he's like talking about his past. He's like, yeah, my family past is complicated. He kind of mentions that, and of course with the post credits, it gets revealed that he will soon be the newest member of the Black Knight. That's right. So right here, I was like, oh shit, it's not looking good. This is not looking good here. I was like, oh god, I don't know why. When Big Red came back, when they were looking up at him in the sky, and he came back, I don't know why I was thinking of Shao Kahn coming back from the first Mortal Kombat movie. You weak, pathetic fools! I've come for your souls. I don't know why that made me laugh. But yeah, so he grabs Cersei and I think it was 2 others that he grabs, and basically tells her, he's like, all right, you guys made this decision to put the Celestial to asleep and basically save planet Earth, which which basically has damned another planet from being born. So I'm gonna take your memories. You're gonna come back with me, and I'm gonna scan and see if these humans are worthy, and if they're not worthy if they're not worthy of you guys saving their planet, oh, I'm gonna call some motherfucking judgment. Basically, he's like, I'm gonna come back, and there's judgment to be had. So we're gonna have to wait and see with either a sequel or whatnot what exactly is gonna happen here. So Superhero Universe says the deviants were intelligent but aggressive and violent in the comics. All right, that's pretty cool. That's good to know for sure. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about. So we have a end credit scene here where Pip, Pip. And you got to remember, these guys are new to me. I don't know these characters, so I'm like, all right, I'm seeing this for the first time. The CGI for Pip here wasn't really the greatest, but we get introduced to Thanos' brother here, and I'm sure everybody who knew these characters, Eros, that's his name, Eros, Thanos' brother, that apparently has the power to make any female or character fall in love with him or something like that. I guess him and She-Hulk had something going on a while back. But yeah, shit, fuck it. Let's bring in some more cosmic characters. Let's open up the possibilities for the cosmic universe. Let's see. So there's so much more to learn and be introduced to, and go on these awesome adventures and have a little bit more of excitement and exploration. Right? Let's go ahead and do it here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. He seems like kind of cocky. Is he cocky in the comic books, guys? Is he kind of like a cocky ladies man in the comic book? Let me know. But he's got a little homie Pip here. They're gonna try to help out and save I think it was 3 Eternals that got snatched up, because he said that I know where their location is. So he's talking to the other Eternals that are there, Athena and the others. So we'll see what happens with the sequel. But we have another extra scene at the end. And of course, after seeing the love of his life snatched up, our boy here, make sure I get his name right again, Dane Whitman, comes across the family chest there, which contains the motherfucking magic sword for the Black Knight, man. That's right. And what I liked about it was he was kind of freaked out. I liked how freaked out he was. Like he's just like, Jesus, man, doing my. He's like, he's just like hesitant, because apparently, and correct me in the comics too, guys, if this happened in the comics. Let's see. Let me see here. She-Hulk wasn't happy about that either. Oh, okay, copy that. Uh, but he apparently, from what I found out later, is I guess this sword is cursed. Apparently, it can cut through anything, but it's cursed. It's not good for the wielder. So this could mean certain doom up to some point. Depends on how many times he uses the sword. So this should be interesting. Is he going to go into like a berserker's barrage, like using the sword too much? Does he go kind of crazy? Kind of similar to Athena having her mad weary episodes where she's just like, fuck, I'm killing everything around me kind of thing. So we'll have to wait and see. But the character is definitely interesting. It sounds very interesting. Let's see if they do it justice. And of course, right, I like how there's like, it feels like there's this substance on top of the sword, and it when he hovers his finger over it, it's kind of like following him, like kind of vibrating and reaching out, which is kind of cool. It's kind of different. But as he reaches for the sword, oh, here we go. We have the ebony blade is cursed. Okay. All right. Cursed, I tells you. Oh boy. That's right. Yes. Eros is an eternal as well. And that why, guys, which call it, Thanos looks the way he does is because he's an eternal too, but he looks the way he does is because I guess there was some deviant blood in him somehow. You guys would have to help Samurai Guy out and explain it, but that's why he looks the way. That's what I heard. I'm not positive though. But yeah, the big reveal here is as he's reaching for the blade, the cursed blade, cursed, I say, you hear a voice saying, "You sure you really want to do that?" Something similar to that line, something like that. And I didn't know who it was. The teenagers in front of me finally woke up. It seemed like they were sitting up. I'm not positive if they were asleep. But they were saying, like, the two over here was like, "It's Reed Richards. It's Reed Richards." And then the two on this side was like, "It's the Watcher. It's the Watcher." So me, I don't know. Remember, I'm kind of new to this universe, so I'm not sure. But it was revealed by the director that the voice that told him, you sure you want to do that? Grab the blade or whatever. So apparently was Blade, the voice of Blade. Apparently that was his voice talking to Kit Harington. So that's kind of cool. They're kind of sneaking in Blade here. I'm all for that. I mean, fingers crossed. I really like the actor. Uh, will he deliver on the martial arts and the action? Well, we're gonna have to find out. But it is kind of cool. They're finally kind of bringing him in somehow. So we'll see what happens. Right? Is he going to teach him how to fight? Is he like what's the deal? Like, why is he even there? So this is interesting. But I'm sure you guys already knew that already, that the voice was apparently from Blade. So we'll see what happens. So it sucks we don't have Frank with us because he had a really good story, and I'd rather have him tell it than me, because he's very knowledgeable on basically what's going on in China. Apparently, this movie is not being shown there for certain reasons, and there's lots of controversy. So maybe next time we get online together, we can have the Frankinator explain. Wait, is he sending me a message? Hold on a second, and then I'll give my score. I'll give my verdict. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm not stopping the stream, man. I gotta wrap it up. All right. Well, it sucks we couldn't get him, but it's all good. We got to keep it good, keep it rocking and rolling here. All right. So, just for funsies, right here. So, I did a poll to see if they agree or disagree with the critics' Rotten Tomatoes score. But yeah, it was kind of close there. It looks like more agreed that no, Eternals is not as bad or as low as 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. But yes, 38%. We're like halfway, so it was kind of it was a little close there. It was a little close for sure. But I just wanted to show you guys what the public has stated. All right, now it's time for Samurai Guy. So again, like I was saying earlier, if I was going to use the Rotten Tomatoes score, I'd give the movie 60%, man. It's certified fresh. I was entertained enough that it definitely deserves to be certified fresh, 60 or 65, if I was going to use the Rotten Tomatoes score. But we're going to use the Phat Samurai Guy score. So I think I gave Shang-Chi, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it, and it surprised me. I didn't know what to think with the trailers, but it surprised me and it was entertaining. It's not perfect either, but I enjoyed it for what it was. That's more Samurai Guy's area, right? Martial arts and action, all that stuff. But for me, got to think about it like this. For me, everybody's different, but for me, not knowing the lore, not knowing anything about the characters or the comics, the comic books, and not really being blown away by the trailers, more interested. And I came into this and sat down and I said, okay, tell me a story. Let me get to know these characters. Let's go on an adventure. Let's find out what happens. And I went in with an open mind. And at the end of the day, I enjoyed it. I don't love it. I'm not going to go buy a 4K or a poster or anything like that. I'm not going to pre-order the Steelbook. I'm not going to do all that. But will I definitely buy it? Sure, I'll buy this. I will definitely own this. It was entertaining enough. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting a nonstop action thrill ride type of movie. It's very, very science fiction, and I didn't really have an issue with it. So I gave Shang-Chi a 4 out of 5. Remember, 3 on our channel is average. So I'm going to give Eternals, I'm going to give it a 3.9. I'm going to give it a 3.9 out of 5 stars. Definitely an above average movie. I enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are watching. Give me your scores of what you think of the Eternals. And thank you for watching and hanging out with Samurai Guy. It sucks we couldn't get Frank's rating and all that stuff. Try to get Frank. Maybe we'll do a follow-up conversation. And tomorrow we'll do like a little follow-up. So, but yeah, I was entertained, right? Was I blown away? No. But remember, coming in fresh, not really knowing shit, I was entertained. I was entertained by it for sure. So, but the parts that intrigued me, the betrayal, the failure of thinking they're heroes, but they're not. That concept's very interesting. And there was something different about the movie that, despite the familiar Marvel moments in there. So hopefully we get some more movies like this, and hopefully for you guys that hate it, hopefully you get some more excitement and action in future installments. We'll see what happens. So yeah, here we go. Blade and the Black Knight fighting vampires sounds good to me. So who knows where this will take us. So all right, guys. Oh, Lady Fatblood hasn't seen it yet, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know if she sees it for sure. But yeah, I was entertained by it. I was perfectly fine with it. It was fine. All right, guys. Take care. See you on the next one. Peace out.